Hey, caller.
Hello.
Hey, what's on your mind today?
This is Tuscan Raiders from the message board.
Hey,
Right
Tuscan
on,
Raiders.
Tuscan Raider.
All right. What's your question for us?
My question is, why don't you guys ever talk about Nintendo? What's the deal?
Ooh.
Sounds like a Nintendo fanboy with a little upsetness here.
Yes.
Well, you want to talk about Nintendo, you got it. Get your Cube comments ready because G4TV.com, the show that you help produce, starts now. Welcome to another half hour of cool games, great graphics, and according to our forums, hot chicks. That's right, sitting across from me is, oh my God, she's so hot, Tina T-Dub. Over there, representing the chatters is, I love you so much, please chat with me, Laura Thug. And I'm Scott, also known as that guy, whatever his name is, in the middle of the two hot girls.
The guy with the soul patch.
Yeah, that guy. And on the phone we have Tuscan Raider.
Tuscan Raider, now what's your real name?
That would be Tom.
Tom, and where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Hampton, New Hampshire.
Hampton, New Hampshire. Now, Tuscan Raider wants to know, we don't talk enough about Nintendo games. Is there a
I agree.
And I agree. And I think the main reason why is because my opinion is Nintendo puts out fewer great games than some of the other.
Ouch, Tina. Ouch, Tina.
You know, everybody.
Some smackdown about to happen.
No, I know, but it's a preference. It's a preference. I don't play a lot of Nintendo games, therefore I don't talk a lot about them.
Do you think that's because the Nintendo games are more kiddie games, or you just don't? I mean, because Resident Evil on the GameCube is brilliant.
Of course it is. No one's saying they're kiddie games. I'm just saying I particularly don't play a lot of Nintendo GameCube games.
All of the chatters are yelling out, Super Mario Sunshine is a great game.
Yes, it is a good game.
Is that what you'd specifically like us to talk about? Are you a Nintendo fanboy, or are you just a gamer with a GameCube console?
I guess you could put me with the fanboy
Wow.
And he's owning up to it. Good man, Tuscan Raiders.
The Nintendo are usually, those are the ones that are okay with owing up to the fact that they're a fanboy, because there are some great franchises. Super Mario Sunshine. Tina, you played a little bit of it.
I played last night, and I enjoyed it. But it's not the kind of game I would probably play for a long period of time. But
not enough violence in there for you?
Not enough killing for me. But Mario, come on, I mean, it's one of the greatest franchises ever made. And you're either into it or you're not into it.
Picked guy, he says, Super Mario Sunshine is so cool. I love the game. I just got it today. The water gun that Mario uses in the game is so cool. I have to go now because I want to play more of this game and use that super cool water gun. What he's talking about is this jetpack that you get where you fill it up with water, it's a little tank, and it can either be like a gun where you spray your enemies, or you can propel it down and it's like, it forces you up and you can sort of hover and float along. Yeah. It's actually really cool.
Thanks for calling in, dude.
Thanks.
We got another one?
Hey, caller. Hey, what's your name?
This is Becky 13.
Psyche 13?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I've seen you on the boards. How you doing?
Hey, Psyche.
Okay.
Where you come from?
Michigan.
Michigan, another Michigan. What's your question or comment?
I've been reading a lot on the boards about video games being banned in Greece.
Yeah, this big article came out that
Grease,
said...
the movie Grease?
I read on
John Travolta refuses to play Game Boy.
What's the story here? I heard a little bit, but I don't really know everything.
Well, actually, I think it's a lot more hype than fact. They're trying to, I think, put a limit on gaming as in gambling.
As in gambling.
Oh.
Right. But then again, I don't know, because I spoke to someone and he tells me if you have a Pomp Pilot, you're going to get busted for having solitaire. So I'm not sure exactly what's going on. There's either a full ban or not a ban.
Hey, Psyche 13, where did you hear this? Did you read an article, or was it on the news, or...?
I read on the off-topic forum on the
G4TV.com message boards, which is where you need to go to get all your information, one-stop shopping.
Right, but there was a CNET article that said exactly that apparently Greece is trying to put a ban on gambling, and maybe...
So how can we get a definitive answer around this?
I guess we need to find someone that works
Can
in
we call Greek?
Yes,
Greece?
we can.
Can we call Greek?
Yes, we can. And as associate producer of the show, I anticipated this, and he's all lined up.
Wow.
Yeah,
all right, well,
so
I guess we have someone on the phone from Greece.
Hello?
No, from the Greek Embassy in Washington.
From the Greek Embassy in Washington.
What's your name?
Right on.
Achilles Paparsenos.
Okay, thank you very much for calling in. Can you explain to us exactly what this law is, or if it truly exists or doesn't exist?
Okay, the law that was recently passed in Greece 5 weeks ago is a law that prohibits electronic gambling.
Gambling, so it's specifically related to gambling.
Yes, and this is a law that was passed unanimously by the Greek Parliament.
Okay.
and it is aimed exclusively at electronic games used for gambling in public and private places.
Like
Okay.
slot machines, like video slot machines?
Yes,
I see.
the intent of the law is to curb illegal gambling and does not apply to games used for entertainment, home
So
computers.
video games, you can have your Nintendo, that's okay.
Yes, video games, mobile phones. So what I would like to say, because I've seen some reports in the U.S., is that tourists traveling to Greece are not subject to any prosecution or penalties of any kind for the use of
Right, I've
mobile
heard that.
phones or video games.
I am announcing on the show, I am officially now going to go to Greece. I was going to stay away because I was afraid.
I think we should shoot on location in Greece.
And you will have a great time.
It's a
Absolutely.
beautiful place. I hear the Greek islands are beautiful. So
Thank you,
thank you
Achilles.
for clearing that up.
Okay, you're welcome.
Yeah, thank you
Alrighty.
very much. I appreciate it.
And I look over at Laura Thug. I don't see any kind of strange brew. I don't see anything over there.
Eggs, gum.
It's nothing, and I'll tell you
Lemons.
why. Because after all the calls on the board, and after the numerous emails, and the countless people that stop me in the street and say, when are the two of these ladies going to play against each other? And I figure I've been on kind of a
Yep.
little bit of a losing streak. So I figure, why not we switch it from... Gloating will get you nowhere. Gloating will...
Tina.
I hope you lose now.
That's all right. We'll tell
Today's
you the story
game
about Thug
is
later.
going to be played between Tina T. Dub and Laura Thug. It is the first matchup between the two, but we need a consequence. Bring on the war paint. We must have war paint. The two of these ladies are going to be battling in honor of the recent U.S. Open.
Tina, that's going to look so pretty on
It
you.
is gonna look
Two of
pretty.
you
know
will
what?
be
It's
battling.
It's your color.
And
color.
Tina, the boxes over there we'll show you later on. Sega's Virtua Tennis, or Sega Sports Tennis. And we've got paint. And the loser is going to have their face painted up to look like a big tennis ball. But I think we're going to also have one of the chatter's names be written across the tennis ball
On
forehead.
Tina's face.
On Tina's face, which will probably be. And
Wait. Which it'll what?
which will probably be.
Okay.
On the other side of the break, we're going to actually slice through the gaming industry with journalist Geoff Keighley and Wir werden Sie Spielgeben befrieren. Don't go away. I'll tell you what that means right after this.
Rated E for everyone. Welcome to NFL Fever 2003.
Here it is.
Tips of pass. Hello. NFL Fever 2003. Only on Xbox. For more gridiron action, play online with Xbox Live.
Objective, use people skills, train customer, education, nurture, It says you have experience with Excel and Word, but what do you exactly mean by 38th level Beast Lord?
Here's what's happening on Pulse. America's got E3, but across the pond in Europe, it's all about the European Consumer Trade Show. We've got all the highlights, gossip, and big games. Plus, Pride FC held its latest martial arts sporting event in Tokyo. We were there to get the scoop on the upcoming video game based on the Brawl Fest. That's what's coming up this week. For all the news in the world of games, make sure to watch what you play right here on Pulse.
My name is Hal Sparks, and I'm a player. Don't be a player hater.
And welcome back to the Laura Beats Tina to G4TV.com. Here's Scott and Tina.
And you know, the great thing about PC game demos is that you never know what you can find. One week, it's the great PC multiplayer demo of Battlefield 1942. And the next, well, I'm not quite sure what this is, but I do know that it is free. Or should I say, befrien. That's free in German, which is where this week's no-budget gamer comes from. That's right, this whopping 110 meg download is called Project Nomads, and it's developed by Radon Labs. It's also completely in German, so get your translator ready because you're about to become a nomad, a flying wizard engineer. In the demo, you'll explore the vast realm of the clouds with your flying island, find and capture glittering magical artifacts of a forgotten technology. You're going to battle against your rivals, enemies, and vile monsters in a quest to meet your destiny. How do I know this? I don't know. Somebody translated it. It's a pretty game. Looks kind of like Outcast, actually. Some of you might remember Outcast that came out a while ago. Visually, it kind of looks like that. It's a third-person game, cross-genre. It takes place in a world of huge floating islands that drift slowly through the haze of the clouds. The player actually controls a nomad, a human able to fly, mastering the art of magic and relics of a lost technology. With his arcane powers and glittering magical artifacts, he can build factories, power plants, and defense facilities on 3 massive platforms. You can get a link to the demo by visiting the G4TV.com show page or visit projectnomads.de. For over a decade, our guest has been covering the computer and video game scene. This gaming Canuck started as a tester for Sierra Online, then launched GameSlice.com, which has become a portal of sorts for following his work across the web. He writes about electronic entertainment for Business 2.0, among others. Please welcome our guest, Geoff Keighley.
Yes.
Hey, Geoff.
Hey, Jeff.
How are you?
Thanks for coming on.
Thanks. This is Tina Wood over here.
Yes. Well, basically, I man the phones. That's Laura
Thug over there. They'll be competing later on.
Winner.
One of the things I wanted to ask you to talk a little bit about here was the idea that games are these 40 hours of gameplay, and developers, what I heard was a little concerned that they're being forced to make games harder to get them to be longer.
I think the idea now that these games have to be 50, 60 hours are not what people really want. I mean, for me, I know I'm happy to buy a game, play it for a weekend, maybe get 10 hours, a great gaming. I'd rather have a 10-hour great gaming experience than sort of a ho-hum 50-hour gaming experience.
And I think price should reflect that?
I think so. I mean, it depends. I mean, I think, you can have if you have a really high quality, 10, 15-hour game, I think you can still charge, $40, $50 for that game. But then, there are other games that people play, like a Madden football. People play that for thousands of hours a year, and you still, you still only pay $50 for that game. So there's a bit of a discrepancy there. But I really think that, I mean, as people grow older, I think, some teenage kids are happy to play games for, 50, 60 hours a day. But they're older people that really don't have that time. And
can't finish it.
They'd be very happy, that's why you go see a movie, because it's only, a 3-hour experience or something like that, and you get a compact, great experience in 3 hours. So why can't we have games that, give you that kind of, experience? We have Fiery Thrasher says, ask him how he can justify $50 for 10 hours. That's $5 an hour more than twice what a movie costs. Yeah, but I think, that's the problem is, movies is one comparison, but let's look at, you go see a Broadway show, you're going to pay $100 for a couple of hours. You go, go see a sports game. I mean, see a football game, or a concert or something like that. Right. So, I mean, it depends. I think movies is one comparison where you can say, hey, you get great value for your money at a movie, but I think there are a lot of other entertainment experiences that people pay a lot more for on a sort of a per-hour basis.
Now, Thumbblister posted the words. You do game reviews for Entertainment Weekly, right?
Yes.
So he says, is there a challenge in dumbing down the game reviews for Entertainment Weekly? Do you have to gear your articles for a readership who's largely uninterested, or do you have a dedicated following of hardcore gamers who expect a serious game review from you? He says he's never heard of anyone rushing out to get Entertainment Weekly to get the big scoop on Final Fantasy X.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's a great question. I think that's something we struggle with sort of on a week-by-week basis. I think the great thing about Entertainment Weekly is they've only really just started doing big game reviews in the magazine, and the reason I think why that is, I mean, I think it's a testament to how important the game industry is now. So, you know, we're judging games, I think, not just as games for hardcore people, but as entertainment experiences now. So I think the reviews sort of reflect that. I mean, we certainly don't get into, you know, really sort of hardcore discussions of the play mechanics of a game or something like that. But, you know, story matters, plot matters, gameplay matters. So I think not necessarily dumbing down the reviews. I think we have to be sort of a little more explanatory. You know, a term like NPC that people in the gaming industry know means a non-player character. Well, you can't say that in Entertainment Weekly because a lot of people that read it might not know it. So we have to be sort of a little more descriptive about it.
Or Dave Manhunter just wants to get your opinion on what you think, you know, the holiday season's coming up. Well, 4 months, but slowly coming up. What you think console's going to sell the best? You know, what console you think will sell the best this holiday?
Yeah, I mean, no question, PlayStation 2 is in the lead. I mean, it's, you know, literally has 10 times more PS2 consoles out there right now than Xbox or GameCube worldwide. So, I mean, there's no question PS2 has sort of the mind share out there and it's going to do really well. I mean, I think Nintendo has some good games. You know, we were talking about Mario Sunshine earlier. That's going to do really well. They have Metroid coming out. It's going to be another big one. Xbox, I mean, you know, it's a great technology, but I just really don't think the games are there this holiday season from Microsoft. I mean, you know, their big game is Blinks the Time Sweeper, which I think is kind of a little bit of a gimmicky game, and I'm not 100% behind it. So, you know, Xbox doesn't have a great software line, which is unfortunate because I think it's a great piece of technology. So PS2 will definitely be in the lead, I think.
Right, and I think everybody was hoping that they were going to come out with great games in order to buy it, because it's supposed to be maybe the console of the future because of the hardware, and it just doesn't seem like
It's got great stuff. I mean, that hard drive in there is amazing. I mean, it's got great technology behind it. But, you know, Halo, you know, imagine if Halo hadn't come out for the Xbox, you know, what is there to justify
But to play a little devil's advocate here, what would you say right now on the PlayStation 2 kind of holds itself out as a title that says, you know, this does have the software, aside from the extra titles because it had a year head start. Big name titles that are out there right now only playable on the PlayStation 2. What would your picks be?
I mean, I think you're right that there's not necessarily the killer app. There's a lot of really good sort of AA games. I mean, you know, stuff this fall. I think, you know, Grand Theft Auto Vice City is going to be huge on PlayStation 2. I mean, it sold 7 million copies. That's exclusive to PS2. I think, you know, the new Tomb Raider game, we haven't seen a lot of it, but that's exclusive to PlayStation 2. And there's just, I mean, there's a wealth of a lot of software that's going to be out, you know, exclusively for PS2. And there's some other stuff, you know, like the sports games are on all the platforms, but if they're all on PS2 and you can get these exclusive titles on PS2, I mean, why not buy a PS2?
Might be the deal for you. Now, finally, Mario, you reviewed it. It's a huge game. Nintendo puts a lot of eggs in this basket. It looks nice. You gave it a B. Do you think this is the Mario game that fans, both Nintendo and non-Nintendo fans alike, have been waiting for, or?
I think Mario's, I mean, in some ways a disappointment. You know, I think Mario 64 was such a seminal game back in 1996. I mean, it just sort of completely introduced this 3D platform genre. And that, you know, I think people remember that really fondly. Mario Sunshine, you know, I think it has some problems. I mean, there's a lot of problems with the camera angles, and I think it's a little too difficult. There's some arcade stages. There's one level, like a Songbird level. People that have played it will know what I'm talking about. There's this level that's really hard to complete. I mean, there's a lot of challenges in these games, and I think, you know, game difficulty is something, you know, to discuss too, because I think, you know, a game like Mario, I'm happy to just play through it and have a great experience over a weekend and not necessarily be really frustrated with the game. And I think there's some really frustrating parts in that game.
Did you finish the whole game before you write a review? You have to complete a game?
Well, I don't have to necessarily. I mean, it depends on the type of game. I think, you know, story-driven games, you should definitely complete the entire game in order to sort of understand the story. But there are other games, I mean, that are, you know, do you have to complete sort of, you know, the full racing game, open every circuit, get first place in every race, really review it? Probably not necessary, but yeah, so it's on a case-by-case basis.
Right on. So now people can check out GameSlice.com to see where you're going to be writing next and doing things next?
Absolutely, yeah, and I made my stuff in Entertainment Weekly and Business 2.0 as well.
Thank you. Appreciate you coming on the show.
Thanks, guys.
Geoff Keighley. When we come back, we're going to find out what some of you have been playing. Also, a look at the PlayStation 2 broadband adapter. And Tina and Thug finally battle it out in Sega Sports Tennis. Don't go anywhere. Somebody's going to win.
I'm gonna hide this tape when I'm finished.
And welcome back. We're just a few moments away from the battle between Laura Thug and T-Dub in Sega Sports Tennis. Hey, so I wanted to show people, a lot of people have asked us about multiplayer on their consoles. There's Xbox Live. GameCube is eventually going to have their online service sometime in the future. But right now, it's out. The PlayStation 2 broadband adapter is actually out. You can get a look at it right over here, I believe, is where we're going to show you. This is what you get. This is the kit. It is right here, the PlayStation 2 adapter. It's $39.40. And you have an extension cable, which is going to be for your Ethernet adapter. And if you have a modem, you can actually use this little bad boy and plug your phone modem in there and then right into the back of the unit. And, of course, they're going to give you a startup disc. It's right here. And what you do, basically...
It looks complicated, Scott. You got to break it down.
Not really complicated. You just pop the back out of your PlayStation 2, this little doohickey there. Then you
Technical term, doohickey.
you slide this in. Really, you don't even need a screwdriver because they set it up so that you can use a quarter. Just take a quarter, and then you circle these things until they scrunch in, get nice and good. Then you take your Ethernet cable right here and pop it into the back. And then I put in a copy of Madden 2003.
Go figure.
Turn it on. It is one of the first online multiplayer game. And boom, now we're
Probably one of the most
booting
popular.
up the machine. Now we're actually in the Madden game. You want to choose game modes and online. And it's pretty simple. It actually will pull my information. G4 is my setting that I set it up. It's now logging into the Madden online servers. That takes a second.
Now, while it logs on, Sony is going to ship 400,000 of these by the end of the year is what
They're
we have.
tough to find.
Yeah, it's going to handle 56K and broadband, which I think you talked about. And SOCOM US Navy SEAL is going to be the only game that is strictly broadband.
Right now,
56K
other
can't-
publishers may say, hey, we want you to only use broadband as well. And remember, the Xbox console is broadband only, so PlayStation 2 does offer you support for dial-up. So now it's telling me, select my account. I am the G4 TV Tackler, if you're looking for me online for a little challenge. And now it's actually logged in. And if I want to play, I click Play Now. And here are the rooms. East, you can go to the Pro, All Madden based on skill level. There's 36 people in there. And you see, up in the left there, you got AK and Etro. He's one of the players in this room right here. And you're going to scroll down, we'll see G4 TV Tackler. That's me right here. There's the green dots. It tells you how good my connection is. Full all the way would be the best. And if you look over there, 1-0. I am 1 win, 0 losses. That 1 win did come against Bobby Blackwell from the forum.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Good plug for Bobby there.
And that's pretty much it. You can challenge people. If I wanted to challenge Don Corleone here, I just hit the X button, challenge. You can send him a private message, and then he can either accept it or not accept it. It's very easy to set up. There's going to be a ton of games that will eventually be taking advantage of this adapter.
It's Twisted Metal Black, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4, Sega's NFL 2K3, NBA 2K3, and NCAA College Basketball are among some of the, I think, 13 right now.
Yeah. Alrighty, it's time for the big grudge match. It's true that Laura Thug has never played a game here on this show.
Yes.
But now that
keep
Tina
it
has
down.
won, it's winner stays on. I'm going to get over in the chat station over there, and the loser is going to have to get their face painted like a big old tennis ball by the winner. And basically, I'm going to be just kind of chilling and watching and enjoying and relaxing this week. But I must say, the game is Sega Sports Tennis. It is for the PlayStation 2 from Sega. And
Good luck,
it's a pretty cool game. Good luck to both of you. The chatters have chosen who they think is going to win.
Let's do this.
And I have no prediction. I think that
Laura
it'll
and
be,
I basically took to set it up.
It'll be close.
We've been playing all week, and we've been neck and neck.
Nice at the big table.
The game is set up so that it's 5-5. You've got to win by 2.
I'm playing as Serena. Tina's playing as Venus. Fault!
Out of bounds. 2 points away from a win. Start with the return. It's a battle back and forth. Ooh.
Oi! Monica Seles right there.
Wow. It is game point for Tina T-Dub. Laura Thug is serving. T-Dub is up 6-5. Here could be the match point.
No way.
Will the pressure be too much for Thug to handle? Oh, great!
6-6. I'm still up there.
Oh, no, I'm on the top.
game.
Yes.
No. I'm cool, I'm cool.
Gonna come down to who can handle the pressure, really. You have to win by 2, right?
Oh, no.
Yeah, you gotta win by 2.
Shit.
So
Shoot.
7-6.
Oh, Tina's serving.
Oh! Ties it up. This could go into sweet.
It's cool.
Serving Tina T-Dub in the near court.
That was a fault, yo.
I gotta get this. I'm gonna get this.
8-7. Match point to Dub.
This
Thug
is
serving from the
horrible.
top. Oh, that's gonna do it. T-Dub
Welcome
puts
to the
Laura
big
Thug down. And
table.
Laura will get a good chance to find out what it's like to lose and accept the consequences.
I'd like
Dub?
to thank F Viral.
Let's do this, Laura.
Go ahead, go for it. I'll
Let's do
continue
this.
to give props to your
Come on,
chatters.
get a little closer.
You said you weren't going to use the sponge.
Oh, come here.
Big shot up, big man.
Come here.
Get over there.
Oh, I'm using the sponge.
Oh, she's using the
Sister.
sponge.
This is what we call a little
She
bit of
almost
yellow.
looks like a tennis ball.
A little bit of yellow. Watch the eyes. Okay, this is a tennis ball. Now I'm gonna write Alt's name there, and I'm gonna do Soul there, and I'm gonna do cool dude here up on the nose. I'm gonna do net bob. Let me do a little. Don't touch me.
Don't even
touch
think
me.
about
Don't
it.
touch me. Hold her down.
I got
Hold
it.
her down.
I got
Do net bob. That's net bob.
Hey, you know, before we go, I want to say thank you to our guest, Geoff Keighley. Check out GameSlice.com to keep tabs on him. Also, thanks to Old School Superman, who made a new icon for the forum. And thanks to the chatters that show up each week to provide us with the support we need to make this all happen. And finally, thanks to everybody that posts to the forum. It's your comments and suggestions that make up the content for the show. For T-Dub and Thug, I'm AGN. Until next time, take it to the board.